How y'all doing? How are you doing, G Hive? I finally logged on. Ooh, I'm a hot mess this morning, but you know what? Some days you just hot mess mode. That's just what's going on here. Mercury retrograde got me all just like zinged, okay? Welcome, goddesses. Welcome to the G Hive. How are you? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I made it. I'm still here, Lord. I'm still here. Every day something has tried to kill me, and it has failed. Turn it up, G High. Wow. Woo, what's up? It's so good to see everybody here in the G Hive. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Still learning. I appreciate you. Okay, let me stop the music. It's going to start up again if I don't catch it. Here we go. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am so cracking up because I got on and I was like, oh my gosh, we already have comments. And I just knew I had already like started the broadcast. So I had the music going. I had up my little thumbnail. And I was showing all of the comments like right before I took the thumbnail off. So then I took the thumbnail off and I was like, wait a minute. I haven't even started the broadcast yet. I haven't even gone live. And so then I forgot to put the thumbnail on. So I go live and I'm like, why do I see me? Okay, I guess we're just going to dance. I guess we're doing it a different way today. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. It's so, so good to see everybody. Yes, G Hive. Okay, I'm just going to go through and say everybody's name. I've shown almost all of the comments. Hello to Keita May, Felicia, Natasha. Okay, there Natasha is. I was like, where did Natasha? What was her first comment? Larissa, Deeza, Shannon, Ocean Kimmy. Still learning. T in the house. Cat Baloo, Catherine. Anyone else that I haven't? Anyone who's not here? Because I have figured out. I think I said Deeza, but just in case. Deeza. Courtney is here. Okay. I see you, Courtney. Birthday. Oh, yes. Deeza, Felicia, Ashley, all 420 in the house. Bye-bye. Hey, Courtney. Oh my gosh, y'all. This has been like one of the most eventful times. Woo! It's a little bit while I'm a little bit disoriented. This energy is just disorienting at this point. At least for me, that's what it feels like. Since Friday has been a journey like no other. One thing that I want to share with y'all, I want to talk a little bit about Win, the little girl who we've all just sent good energy to, good vibes to. She's still here in the land of the living. I got a message from her mom this morning. Um, Something came to me as I was thinking about Win, just in case y'all haven't seen my post here on YouTube or on, yeah, it was here on YouTube. Um, Win coded on Friday for the second time that I want to say the second time since maybe in the last 3 weeks or so. And now her mom is just like, even the doctors, they're just like, honestly, we've gone as far as we can go. And my friend Anna is seeing that this little girl has fought as she's gone as long as she can go. The next time, I'm assuming if she codes again, that, it's just going to be, they're going to just release her and allow her to go on over and don't resuscitate her, whatever. It took 6 minutes to resuscitate her this time. And so you can tell the family, friends, like I saw a kindergarten teacher, her little sister has been there, and um, everyone's coming in. And I knew something was up. So I want to say this: we are very intuitive. Now, I have never met Wen. I only know Wen's mom. We met actually online, even though we live 90 minutes away from each other. And it was just like this connection. I was actually a little bit like, okay, I've been connected with somebody from Tennessee. I don't know how this lady is going to be, but it was in Manifestation Babe Academy. So I was like, she got to be a little bit different if she's here. So it just turns out we just clicked, right? So I never actually met Wen, but I'm so connected. Like, her mom always is going to lead with this story about Wen, because Wen, when she was born, was told, her mom was told she wouldn't make it through the night. And when 11 and a half years later, she made it through the night. So, it's like you get to know Wen because of her mom, like from the door. And I just really got to this place where I started hearing from her grandfather, who died about a year and a half ago. It was like the same time she went into the hospital for brain cancer. He died of cancer. And my friend was like, well, I think he sacrificed himself for Wen. Let's just focus on Wen. And so I felt like her dad was coming to talk to me. And I started tuning in. I just started, like, I felt like my energy was being pulled into this situation. And I just really want to speak to the power of operating from your divine feminine and trusting your intuition and understanding that energetic work, it really does matter. And so I felt like the mothers, I'm guided by the ancient mothers. They were pulling me into this thing, and I'm just like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And I knew that I was plugged into Wen's energy because her mom said she was taking they were giving her these steroids because she had some it was like her skin was decaying, or something was decaying, or something like that, because of all the treatments that she had had for brain cancer. And she would just be saying all kinds of like just crazy things to a certain degree, or if you will, well, because of these steroids, it would just make her like, I think it's like some type of condition. Maybe some of the medical people on here can talk about how steroids can make you, I don't know if it takes away your filter. I'm gonna say it that way. And she said Gwen started yelling out, "Yes, queen! Yes, queen!" I was like, when her mom told me that, I said, "Oh, Gwen is letting me know she hears me." I ain't gonna lie, it takes a little bit to freak me out. That I was like, I'm a little bit freaked out. This is real. Okay. So I just started doing, I don't consider myself to be a shaman, but I just started doing all this shamanic work with Wynn's soul, and, just really communicating with her in the spirit realm. And like, I would see her swimming in these waters from this other lifetime that I had. She would swim in these waters in Ireland. We talked about it one day. And so I have these candles that I keep lit for Wynn. And um she how was it? I want to say around Friday, I was like, why do I not hear when? What's going on? I feel like something is, and I didn't know because I had a rough Friday. I was like, I don't know if it's because I'm caught up in something that's going on or what. But I just was like, I don't know. I'm like, when are we okay? Like, why do I feel like her spirit? It was just kind of like there was this distance, or I just couldn't feel her soul, her spirit anymore. And so then I started looking at the pictures, and I just kept looking, because now you see the mom getting in the bed with her. You never see anyone except for a little sister when she would come and visit, be in the bed with when the mom, the auntie, and that's when I was like, something looks wrong here. This does not look right. So, number one, sometimes we need to trust ourselves. We've been made to be spooked by death, by, all these kinds of things. And our ability to tune in will just shut our gift down. And, that this is why the feminine way is so important. We just naturally have this because we are the ones who, whether you had children or not, if you do have children, you have to be able to sense things, right? And so, I just encourage you to really stay connected to your intuition. I personally believe in being respectful. I'm not going to be just telling people stuff that I'm getting from them. I pick up stuff all the time. And first of all, I check with myself, like, am I just too open? Is this why I'm picking up on somebody's stuff? Or is it that I am really picking up on it, but I need to ask permission before I share it. Maybe their stuff is just way too open. I'm extremely intuitive. I'm just picking up on their stuff. I need to figure out why. I need to check in. I'll even do a reading. Like, do I need to say something or not? But make no and sometimes you just pick up on other people's stuff because you're just that intuitive. It's like hearing people use their voice. You can't not hear if they're in the room with you, if you're near them, you can't not hear, right? So it's just important to make sure that you understand that sometimes you will hear things just because you're intuitive, or sometimes you're going to hear things because it will give you more information about, maybe you just need to know. Maybe it'll help you be more compassionate or whatever. Other people may not get it, but then you'll be like, well, I know what my intuition is telling me. So, to know that when cheated death, when she was a newborn baby, she has coded 2 times in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and like, when she came back this last, the first time she coded, like, she's been here several days, and then she coded on Friday, and here we are at Tuesday, and, she's still here. And it made me start thinking about something that my husband said. He was like, "I am so mad when people say my mom lost her battle with cancer." He was like, "My mom was strong. She didn't lose her battle with cancer, you know? This was a very, very strong woman." I said, "You know what? This morning, I was like, this is true." I said, "Anyone who has had cancer, they bad mama jammas. They bad humans, bad men, right?" I'm like, that is true. Because to have cancer, no matter what path you take with that and how you're going to heal it, that's something you got to face. That's something you got to face. And here, this little girl, I said, no, she's a testament to just how strong you can be. Um, and this is a champ. I'm like, this young lady has gone through some stuff. I hope I never actually, I don't ever wanna know. But she's gone through some stuff that most of us will never, ever know. Thank the goddess, right? Thank the goddess. But most of us will never, ever know. To cheat death 3 times? Yeah, wins a little girl, but you know what? Her soul, that's a powerful, powerful soul. That's a powerful soul, right? So I started thinking about that and how, um I know her chart, and I said, "Wow, it's a hard chart," but and sometimes for those of us who have very difficult charts, it is actually a testament to the strength you have, and all you gotta do, all of you, but within the sound of my voice, um, you're a bad mama jamma, okay? For you to have lived to this particular juncture in your life, I know all of us have had something to face. You a bad mama jamma. All right, let's just keep this straight. So yeah, I really wanted to share those thoughts that I'm having now. Like, yeah, to a certain degree, it's poor little Win. Win got folks from all over the place who don't even know her caring about her well-being and her family. That's powerful. That's powerful. So let me see here. What else did I want to say? Is there it seems like there was one other thing. It'll probably come back to me regarding when it seems like there was one other thing I wanted to say. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Keita May. I appreciate you. Yes, wonder when. Okay. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Happy birthday to Deeza, Felicia, Ashley. If you come on, we are saying happy birthday to you too. We got triplets here. Hello, miscellaneous B Jasmine. I'm not gonna mess up anybody's name today. Okay, sounds good. Miscellaneous B Jasmine. Ah, yes. The triplets. Okay, you didn't already know called them triplets. Ocean Kimmy. Oh. Yes, this is true. Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. And the other thing too that I have actually been thinking about is, I don't really want to predict death or anything like that, but it was so hard to not see it in her chart. It was so hard to not see it in her chart. So, yeah, it makes me think about how, this gift of divination is really, really powerful. And it's a very pivotal time. I'm thinking about Harry Belafonte. We just got news about his passing. Yes, she's meant to be here, Jasmine. I agree. We got word about his passing today. It's just potent. It's very, very potent. And, people die every day. Come on, let's be real, right? But I don't know. It just feels different. It might just be me. It just feels different. I don't say that phrase. I think that even babies who came into this world and leave it immediately are badass humans, and they often don't get credit. It's true. It is true, T. Oh, shout out to my cousin Cheryl and Uncle Gary, who are now my ancestors who had cancer. I'm looking at them right now on my altar. Oh, that's beautiful. Shout out to the ancestors. Hello, Nisha D Flower, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate you. Thank you, T. It is interesting. It is interesting that yeah, sometimes like yesterday I went and spoke at a homeschool event and I just had to slather myself down in shea butter to make sure I didn't I kept myself shielded. And then the other thing that I did was I just brought my energy in like this. I do like this, and it brings in my aura so that I'm not bumping up against other people's auras. I tell y'all what, I was a little aggressive yesterday. I was like, we focusing on too much of one thing. I'm gonna need us to make sure we honor all children, all teenagers where they are now. We can't be just talking about the ones that you know fit in the system easily. We got to talk about the ones that struggle. They're all gifted, talented, and it's our jobs as parents to make sure, even if a child struggles in a particular area, even if a child hates school, you know what? That's okay. We just want to help you figure out your way. So, yeah, I was kind of like, y'all, we're not going to sit up here and just be talking about going to college because not all kids going to college. All right. Good morning. How are you, Latoya? Hey, Queen. How are you? Y'all, welcome to Fallon. She is actually I want Fallon to come on here and talk to us. She's one of the ladies who I look to understand where we're going with technology and AI, and she is focusing on creating a Black tech ecosystem. Um, if you can send me just real quick an email or Voxer, Fallon, um, a link. I don't know, maybe to register for the reports that are coming out. I wanna start getting y'all to connect it to her because I want her to come on and start talking about this Black tech ecosystem that she is working on creating. Because it's gonna take all of us to make this happen. For me, I need people to explain what's going on or someone who I trust so that, I'm just like, "Just tell me what to do," because sometimes I can't figure all this out. But she needs the goddesses on Team Black Tech Futures. You can look that up. Maybe friend her on Facebook to keep up with what she is doing because she is a powerhouse in the tech world. All right. So, yes, glad you are here. Yes. Yes. I someone posted but yeah, it's breaking news this morning. Breaking news. Mhm. Mm. Yeah, breaking news, breaking news. Peace, mystic storm, spirituality. Morgan, I'm on my best behavior. Jasmine and Morgan. I'm on my best behavior today with y'all's name. I have actually seen that too. The fur babies. I have seen that. Mhm. Exactly, Keita May. It's all about nurturing our young people. Mhm. Yes. Much respect and honor. Yes. Thank you. Well, you know what? Facebook for some reason put me in jail, so I couldn't share the video. But if you go to Village Co-op on Facebook, if you want to see me speak, it's just within. I'm the first one after the introduction. I'm the next one. If you want to hear what I shared. Yeah, the energy shifts are great at this point. This Mercury retrograde is no joke. Seemed like I made a quick video where I said some of it is communication. I think communication is going to be a big topic. I kicked off Mercury retrograde. Y'all know I'm a trainer in training for Sistership Circle. And we have this tool within Sistership Circle called the withhold tool. So that, especially if you have like you're meeting for a long period of time, like with the spiritual aspirant initiates, somebody is bound to do something that, you know, you feel offended or something like that. And so, because it's not all the time that what the person did intended to hurt you or anything like that, but it is about, you know what, I need to do something about this so that we can clear and make sure the circle stays strong. And we just need a healthy way as in the sisterhood to be able to communicate because to me, it's our communication issues that make a lot of us like I have problems hanging out with the sisters because the sisters are saying things or whatever it is. Maybe you are the sister that has said something. I know I have had to say stuff where I'm like, I'm sorry, or somebody says to me, what you said made me feel bad or whatever. No one is above it. Either you're going to be the one doing it to someone or it's happening to you. And so we introduced the withhold tool on Friday. And one of the things that I'm learning as a leader, where I am weak, I might see a lot of people around me like saying, it's almost like I'm hearing my own words. The things that they're struggling with, I'm like, dang, that's what I'm struggling with. Woo, this withhold situation, it was challenging. It was not necessarily the ladies in the program, but it was a very challenging Friday, a little bit of a challenging Saturday because I was trying to recoup from Friday. And it's just all these topics around communication. If it's not mine, then I'm hearing it from someone else. And even me this morning, the other day, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I need to do a better job of sometimes telling Craig because we just here by ourselves. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, Craig, I need a break from whatever it is that we're talking about. Um, communication, communication, communication. And then we hear Tucker Carlson and Fox News have parted ways. Don Lemon has parted ways or has been fired from CNN. My sister-in-law told me there was another guy, somebody from NBC. No, didn't get as much. I don't listen to all the news. The two were the big ones, but then there was somebody from NBC, maybe a higher up or MSNBC or something like that, fired. Um, Three in news. That's Mercury. Mercury has to do with the media. Three in news, and a lot of it has to do with what they were saying. The other guy with NBC, it has something to do with something else, but um, so much around communication. And I think karma is just going to be a really major topic during this time. I can't remember what it was that I was, you know what, it's karmic because that eclipse was on the 29th degree. And so the 29th degree is a karmic degree. And it has to do with something unfinished or, you know, mm, and it will be something pretty profound or it'll be something pretty profound. And so look at that. Friday, when coded. Dang, I hadn't even made that connection until right now. She coded on Friday. So well, the other thing with Mercury retrograde is the something with the internet. I just keep hearing people talk about the internet is messing up in some kind of way. They have a bad connection and the Wi-Fi is keeps going out. It's not strong Wi-Fi. Oh my gosh, that's something that came up. Several technology issues. Okay. Sometimes they don't let you post links here. So yeah, send it to Voxer. Let's see here. Good. Yes, she needs a team of goddesses. Oh. Okay, let me see. Did y'all see that? This is here that Fallon, and y'all can trust her. Um I'm gonna go there and see if I can find it. I'm gonna go over the astrology of this week today. Let me just go on ahead and get moving. I want to go over the astrology and let me know if y'all can see that link that she posted. Joint groups. Okay. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, Shannon. You're talking about the withhold tool. Yeah, Shannon is a sistership circle leader also. Yeah, I don't watch Fox News at all. A little girl named Wynn, who I've been talking about for a little while here on my live stream. She coded for the second time on Friday. So yeah. Um, okay. Oh, wait a minute. I still have more. He ran Universal too. The digitizer on my iPhone randomly went out and the MacBook keeps having bugs too. Yeah. Woo. And then I was just getting ready to share the video of me speaking, and Facebook put me in. It said, we're going to limit your ability to share on Facebook. I was like, really? Okay. Ah, I'm so over this Mercury retrograde. I'm taking time away from pool. Yes, 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 yes. Good for you. Good for you, Latoya. It's gonna make you feel so better, so much better. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, she's cheated death 3 times. And it's just time for her to go on ahead and go back home at this point. And that's another thing. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It came back to me. You know, for her to come back and still be here after coding like this, and her body is weak, and she still is able to come back. It really speaks to. I remember hearing someone say something to the effect of, there are people who would rather be here laying up in that bed like when that's how special it is to be here in the space-time continuum. It has felt so difficult just seeing what's happening in the world and, especially for those of us who are more empathic, just feeling it. We don't even know fully what we're feeling, but it's like we can hear, we can feel, we can sense um the the pain all over the world. We can sense it. But when I look at little Win, who is like, she just keeps sticking around, even though I know, the spirit of death is just there waiting for the very last moment. In E5, we teach the moment of birth and the moment of death. Those are the only things fixed in life. And so Win was like, you know what? I know how much time I got. If they can get me back, I'm not leaving until I got to go. That's how special it is to be here. There is some souls that are they will on the our worst day. It would be such a gift to them to be in a body. To be in a body is a gift because not all souls get to incarnate exactly at the same time. They have to wait. I don't understand it fully, but I just remember hearing, all souls couldn't be here at one time. We all have to take our turn. And so, again, to me, when I look at when from this perspective, it just really is a testament to the gift of life, the power of the human spirit to say, I can hold on for as long as I want. And it could be she's waiting for something, waiting for somebody. I just think Wynn is soaking up all these people coming because when she came, she was intubated. And when she came out, it was after all these people, her mom, they had already started talking to her. This was early, sometime in March, I think. They had already started talking to her saying, if Wynn doesn't start showing certain, you know, landmarks or, whatever, she is not, it's really, we're getting to a point where there's no turnaround from this. And you really need to start making some plans or considering that she is going to go on ahead and die, um, move on over into the ancestral realm. And what brought her back was a little sister came in, and then it was just a flood because Anna called all the people and were like, we don't know what's going to happen, but you won't regret coming up to see her. Just in case, you better come and see her now. It was all this flood of people that came in to see her. And when she came out, when they extubated her, she came out and she was awake. They even got her up walking a little bit, or moving, not walking, I don't think, but they got her up and moving. It was looking like, okay, maybe we're getting ready to go in a new direction. And then, she coded on Friday, but then all these people are just flooding. They're just flooding in to check on her. And I say, she's probably like, I can't talk. I'm just laying here in this bed, all these people getting in this bed with me, and I love every bit of it because she understands, her soul understands the beauty, the power, the wonder, the glory of being in a body, even in a bed in a hospital where, she's not, I don't, I don't, she's not awake. I'm gonna say it that way. I'm not gonna say she's not conscious, but she's not awake. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I've never heard of this. Let's send them some healing energy. The 3 children under 5 shot while on the freeway here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If y'all would just take a moment to send healing energy to their souls. And I'll just say the Ho'oponopono on their behalf. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. May you be crossed on over completely. We send you light and we send you love. We send you healing to have such a difficult transition out. We're so sorry. Asheo. Hmm. So I talk about it in the Mercury retrograde class in my membership, but I'll just say real quickly, The Mercury retrograde is going to be let's see here. It'll be we're in what is called the shadow period, which means it's just really potent. Today is the 25th. Oh, it's my cousin's birthday. Let's see here. Mercury. Um, yeah, we'll probably feel more normal starting around Friday. Friday, it'll start feeling like we're getting normalized with the retrograde energy. And then it'll start cranking back up on mm, maybe May 8th. I mean, I'm gonna go with May 8th. Well, no, we'll go with May 10th. We'll go with May 10th because for sure Mercury is slowed down a lot on May 10th through about um, May 20th. So, we're going to get a little bit of time. So, I think that this is a Mercury retrograde just to respect as Mercury retrograde. Um, yeah, we just need to accept. Oh, we just need to accept. We just need to accept. So let's just go on ahead and do a little bit of energy work. What I want to do is I want to go on ahead and I want you to come right here to your cheekbones and I want you just to tap. And as you tap, I want you to take a deep breath in and then exhale through your mouth nice and slowly. This is called energy medicine. We're just going to bring our energy online a little bit. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to come here to the little nodules on our collarbones just below. And I want you just to tap. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're working on our meridians at this point. Next thing we want to do is come to our breastplate and you just knock on it. Inhale and exhale. So with all of the news, just the energy, you have to do something to manipulate your body. And I love manipulating the meridian system in order to feel level. Otherwise, we're just having all this frenetic energy in our head and just feeling it all through our body. So this is how we arrest it or slow it down. Last little bit right here at your bra line. Inhale and exhale. That's the spleen meridian. It's very important to tap on the spleen meridian to bring yourself like back online where you feel grounded and restored. I want you to take your hand, place it here on your forehead. We're going to sweep 3 times over central governing meridian. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me do it this side. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. And I want you to go on ahead and ground yourself. We're just going to take a few moments to do some mindfulness together. Mindfulness is also another important tool to use in order to help bring grounding and perspective to the present moment. It's never about it's really not outcome driven. It's about just being present to what is and just seeing what's there. Okay? So if you can, just go on ahead and take a moment to ground yourself onto whatever you're sitting on, or maybe you're standing. Just Maybe stand with your feet a little bit wide, soften your knees. But if you're sitting down, ground yourself down into your seat. Maybe taking note of how does it feel to sit on your seat. There's things like that about being human that we just don't even take time to give thanks. I even know what it feels like to just sit down, and I know what it's like to have feeling and to take note of what it feels like to be sitting on this particular seat. And what we're going to practice today is a self-compassion practice. Self-compassion is one of the most important things that we can offer ourselves day to day. Just going ahead, take a deep breath. Again, feeling yourself coming more present into this now moment. Beautiful. And what I want you to do is to begin to think about something. Maybe it's not supercharged, but it's something maybe that you're concerned about in your life. It bothers you. We want to put it on an intensity scale of maybe 3 or 4, not too high. Just allowing that to come to your mind, to think about something that is disturbing or it just makes you feel bad. And as you sit there and think about whatever that is, bringing yourself present into this moment, can you just allow there to be a softening down around it? Maybe adding some space around whatever that is that you're thinking about and see how differently it looks. Just remember to be non judgmental and to remember you cannot do this wrong. Just allow yourself to just be present to this self compassion practice and just toy around with the perspective. You can kind of think of how sometimes we're constricted, we're tight when we're thinking about things that disturb us, bother us, we don't like. And so softening that constriction down, that might be another way for you to be able to loosen it up or just creating more space. Maybe even just taking your consciousness and just expanding it just a little bit while still remaining aware of what you're thinking about, but just expand your um your consciousness. And I want you to imagine if you were talking to a friend who had this particular challenge, what would you say to them? What would you say? How would you guide them? What wise counsel or advice would you offer them? And something else I want you to consider about whatever you're experiencing. Is there anyone else who has experienced this before? Are there other people you can think of that have experienced something like this or similar to it? Because one thing is for sure, to be born into a human body means that there will be times when we suffer, there will be times when we struggle. It's just part of the human experience. And so sometimes to realize, you know what? I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who has this challenge. Can maybe help us to soften down and cut ourselves some slack, grant ourselves some grace. And as you think about the counsel that you gave your friend, I want you now to imagine it's you. You are now sharing that wisdom with yourself, and go on ahead and share that wisdom with yourself. What what wise counsel advice can you give yourself just as you gave your friend around this challenge? And now I want you to take time to offer yourself a few words of loving kindness. You can just say silently to yourself, "May I be patient and compassionate with myself. May I speak to myself with kindness. May I honor my experience as being fundamentally human. May I honor my experience as being fundamentally human. And may I love myself unconditionally." And I just want you to spend a few more moments here offering yourself any other words of support you may need to hear right now. And when you're ready to come back, just taking a few deep breaths, connecting more and more with the present moment, bringing yourself back to reconnecting to what you're sitting on or standing on. And in your own time, you can slowly open your eyes. And may you carry this self compassion with you throughout your day. All righty. I hope that that was good to you and for you, sisters. That was the practice that I did earlier. And yeah, I thought this is what we're doing this morning. Oh, okay. Let me know how that was for you. Lock it in. I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let me take this off. Okay, so beautiful. I said, Jasmine, just as long as we are being mindful, that is, I told this to the SAI ladies, as long as we're being mindful. So being mindful at work is your spiritual practice. I love that. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so let's focus on the astrology. Let's see what we have going on this last full week of um, April. So today is the 25th. Whew. Okay, Sun sextile Saturn, Mercury sextile Mars. That's really nice. That's really nice. I like that. Let's pull this up. 2 days. So Mercury is here in Taurus and Mars is down here in Cancer. So I love those two energies connecting, even though it's Mercury retrograde. So um, it definitely is helping us. This sextile is probably something that we need to revisit. We have thought about, you know what, I really need to go back to this particular thing. Let me change this. I like to be down here. This morning when I got up, I was thinking about asking you to do the tapping soon. Oh wow. Okay. Yes. 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 So we'll do the more traditional type of tapping. I think that's what you're talking about, or maybe you're talking about what I did this morning. Kita May. But yeah, there's definitely something that probably needs to be revisited. I'm going to say it may have something to do with health and what we're eating. It could be our gut, like our intestinal flora. It could be something like that. What we're eating and how it affects our intestinal flora. It could be something around self care, because both Taurus and Cancer are about self care. So it could be there's some self care that we need to revisit. We have to remember now Mercury is taking us back to some lesson that we're revisiting something with Mercury. And so with it connecting with Mars and Cancer, it's probably something that we need to do. And, we are doing something new, but we're like, oh, I can't get this new thing completed until I finish something that we got started. It might have something to do with money, cash flow. It may have something to do with the home, material possessions. Like, maybe there's some stuff that you need to get rid of, or you were supposed to go buy something. Maybe you want to finish, maybe taking care of a room, furnishing it or something like that, but you can't because you didn't buy something that needs to go in this room to help you get that room set up. I know that probably sounds crazy. If that speaks to anybody, let me know. It's a multiple ways that we can talk about this. It could be some money because Mercury is in Taurus. So it could be something about finances, personal finances, that you're like, "Ugh, I need to do this. I need to take care of this home project, or I need to take care of this thing for my family, but I'm not able to do that because there was something I didn't do regarding personal finances." It could be an idea that you were supposed to act on and you haven't acted on that idea. So Mars and Mercury both have to do with technology. So it could be something around your house seems to be on the fritz, because both Taurus and Cancer have to do with our furnishings and home. In Mercury is communication. So it could be something is off in communication around with the family, or with people who are like family to you. And Latoya mentioned turning off, she's removed all apps, or maybe she said that in the group today, but she's off of social media for a while, and how much she feels better. And so it could be some of us are just like, I got to get off social media. I can't do this right now. But make no mistake about it, like for me, I had some issues with social media. Facebook has put me in Facebook jail. Not completely, but on some level, there's certain things I can't share. I can't share Facebook posts, other people's posts. So it literally could be something with technology is off, but especially when it comes to the home and family. Oh, I tell you another thing, Taurus is money. And one of my debit cards, I actually need to call and check on it. I tried to call and check yesterday. For some reason, it's not working. And there's nothing. I don't see any indication of why this is not working. And when I called yesterday to ask why is my card not working, the lady was like, our credit card system, that we access to see what's going on with your credit card is down. Can we call you back? And when for some reason, my phone doesn't ring. I thought I turned the ringer on. It doesn't ring. I missed the call. So delays, right? Delays in communication. Something is kind of off. But yeah, with my debit card, something is off with my debit card. So it could be something like that going on. So let me see. Okay, on point. So y'all are saying this is on point. Okay, what I did, Keita May. Thank you. Good, good, good. So there we go. I'm still learning. My net is having an outage. That's exactly what we said. Oh my gosh. Okay, on point for Latoya, Deeza, Keita May. Yes, the middle room. There we go. Have to finish selling items to begin the process of moving. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. Yes. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Next is Sun sextile Saturn. Okay. So the sun is actually conjunct that north node when I look here. Wow. Sextile Saturn. So I'm going to tell y'all there's a lot of intuitive energy because we have Mars, the moon is there today. It's going to keep moving, but we have Mars down here in Cancer. And then we have Saturn and Neptune up here in Pisces. But, we have Mercury in Taurus communicating with Mars in Cancer. So we got earth and water. And then we have the sun here in Taurus communicating with Saturn here in Pisces. So it's definitely bringing up energy that has to do with this intuition. Woo, Pisces is this energy that has to do with the other world and no boundaries. So we might be feeling very connected to the ancestors. All of this stuff with me and when I'm pretty sure started once Saturn moved into, yeah, it started after Saturn moved into Pisces. And I just started getting very like connected to her energy. Um, but the sun down here in Cancer, Taurus, is highlighting things like our money, abundance. So that might be something that we're looking at focusing on. And I think it's really important. I met with the spiritual aspirant initiates last night, and I told them, you need to make sure you've written down what you want to manifest because this is the type of energy that can make things crystallize. We want to have it already written down. We want to be envisioning it now because miracles can happen. Things can just crystallize and show up out of nowhere. Now, it might happen a little bit down the road because you know Saturn is not like trying to make you get what you want right away. Saturn is like, no, do you have your plan? And are you following your plan? Are you being tried and true and being ethical in what you're doing? But, Saturn is in Pisces. So it's kind of like, really set yourself up for a blessing, but it's a blessing that might come after a while. I hear some people talk about a lot of times what looks like a miracle to somebody is really this person has just been on their grind. They have just been doing whatever they need to do. They have stayed focused on the plan. They have stayed focused on the vision and they won't quit. And that is what looks like to some people is a miracle is really no. They just stuck with it. So it's kind of like that kind of energy. The sun has to do with career, but it's with this north node. And this north node is about your fate. It's about your destiny. And so it one thing that I think is also possible for us right now is a lot of downloads about ideas that might be coming to you. Maybe it's about business, but it just might be some brilliant idea that it's like the brilliant solution that you've been looking for has been downloaded to you. And this is the brilliant idea that will take you in a new direction. And it is definitely something about material manifestation and money. Last night, oh, here it is. In the I had a new moon circle. I'm gonna get back to my public new moon circles. It's just been like a pressure cooker and I just can't get it together to invite everybody. So I did the new moon circle with the initiates and aspirants last night and Thursday. And it was so interesting that what did I ask us to do? Oh, we came up with a word that speaks to our essence and what we want to really bring forth and walk in. And I came up with this. It's not the most pretty picture, abundance. But look here, dance. I never saw the word dance and abundance before. That's the kind of genius thing that can come to you because I remember getting a reading several years back with Astro Victor, my astrology teacher, and he was like, "You really need to keep dance as a part of what you're doing." Because I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not trying to still keep teaching dance or whatever." And this last week, I was a part of a sistership circle meeting, and I was like, "Yeah, I really don't want to be teaching dance and fitness anymore, but this is what my astrology teacher said." And then Tanya, who's the CEO of Sistership Circle, she was like, "Oh, you definitely need to keep dance." And I remember when I first met her, she was like, "Oh yeah, dance. You need to do dance." I was like, "I can't get away from dance." But the word that I'm bringing forth is abundance. And I said, "You know what? It's going to be through dancing." I never in my life saw the word dance in abundance before last night. So it's something like that that is Taurus is abundance, to be honest with you. I like, wow. Um, and so it could be just something you need to understand about yourself, your self-worth, your value. It's some breakthrough that you can get, and it's aligned with your destiny. Might have to do with your gifts, your talents. Something like that could be coming through, but you see a legitimate path forward. You see a legitimate path forward. Okay, let me bring this back up. I'm acting like y'all can see what I see again. Yes, okay. So that's some good energy right there. It's rough, but we have the energy of support. It's rough, but we have the energy of support. And even Saturn, sextiling the North Node, it's Saturn will just put pressure on you to get things done, but you'll kind of feel like, okay, I know what I need to do. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go on ahead and get it done. That's what a sextile feels like. And it could be someone says something to you and you're like, okay, got it. I'm going to go on ahead and get this done. I feel like I have a cheerleader that is going to help me get this done. Or also it could be there's something that you needed to get done, but you just haven't had the discipline to get it done. And Saturn and Pisces is like, I'm gonna need for y'all to have some structure and some boundaries up in here. Big Mama is here. Y'all been running ragged. You just been doing whatever you want to do, but Big Mama is home. All right. And so I'm watching all of y'all. You're gonna get in trouble if you do not follow the rules. Woo, Big Mama is getting us Pisces together. Okay. Oh, it's just so much sextile energy. So much sextile energy. We'll start feeling this. I want to say we'll probably start feeling this around Thursday, Mars, sextile Uranus. So the 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 30th at the very least. So Mars, sextile Uranus is definitely breakthrough energy. So this week is definitely this energy of feeling supported in a breakthrough or feeling supported and moving, advancing, getting forward in something. Although some of it is by going back and finishing something up, right? But Mars and Uranus, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think that could bring something. Um, it's a breakthrough around technology. Both of those planets have to do with technology. So it could be a breakthrough in some technological advancement, and it could be a breakthrough. Let me see here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Some of it is we might feel this in our body. It could be like emotionally, or it could feel like in our body. But some advancement, because both of these are about let's go forward. So it could just be we feel at peace with it because um it's supportive energy. They're both in feminine signs, Taurus and Cancer. And so it just could feel like I finally feel like I'm ready to do this thing. It could be, body, mind, spirit, emotions. It could be something in the physical, something in a relationship. I don't know exactly how it'll manifest for you, but it definitely is something that maybe you've been struggling with. And now you're like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get it done. And I'm going to encourage you to do that because, honey, Mars is going into Leo next. And so the next time it has a communication with Uranus, it's going to be like, did you make that up level? Did you move forward? Because if not, guess what? We're getting ready to move forward. You cannot resist this one. Resistance is futile. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on? Did I miss something? Oh, Ocean Kimmy, my auntie transitioned last night. She has already come to me and told me what to go back and pick up. Ancestors, don't be playing with me. My heart goes out to you. If y'all would take that time, even though Ocean Kimmy, I know, she's very much spiritual, we still just want to hold you and offer you our hearts and our love. And may your aunt transition on over with grace and ease into the ancestral realm. Yeah. Portal is open. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thank you all. I celebrate her transition. Now have full access to her. Grateful she is not suffering anymore, and hearing her speak let me know she's at peace. That is so, so beautiful. Wow. Ibashe Ogun. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I saw that, Shannon. I closed my business this week to rebrand myself, and it's definitely about the flow of my energy. Yeah, I was proud to see that. I think you're going to be so much happier with your rebranding. No problem, T. Hey, Ia, how are you? Joining late, so we'll catch the replay, but wanted to say hello and send blessings. I need Big Mama for sure. Yeah, Big Mama got you. Big Mama's got you. Yeah, thank y'all so much for sending that love to Ocean Kimmy. My fun Gemini auntie, she's definitely an SU, and so I'll be waiting for her games. Oh. Okay, so let me see. Is there anything else I want to tell y'all? Let me pull a card. Oh, and I came on today because I have to go be mom tomorrow. My younger son has a painting that he created that's too big to put in his car. And so he needed somebody to come with a hatchback. So I get to go and be mom tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Ooh, okay. We're going to have to pull another card. Okay, Felicia. It's one of those moments where I'm like, I got to pull another card. Dang, this is a tough reading. I'm like, where's another deck? Can I pull another deck? I'm gonna need these cards. Come on. Okay. Because I was about to say, I don't know if I'm gonna do this reading. If the third card isn't better. I know Oracle is like, you better not play. First card. Let's see, can you see it? Let me put it this way. There we go. So let's see what it says about failure. Maybe some of us are feeling like failures. This is 7. Oh, And this card has to do with Saturn and Taurus. That's my natal placement. So it says a majestic tree. Oh. A majestic tree has withered and died, a thing of beauty never able to thrive and bear fruit. In a climate of smog and concrete, the life cycle failed before it could come fully into form. And there are times in life when relationships and cycles and cherished endeavors are aborted, never to come into being, regardless of how much labor and love have nurtured it. Release your attachment to what could have been. It is essential now to face your failures, let them go, and move on. Open your eyes to new opportunities before you. Woo. Mm. So I would love to hear from you all. What does that say to you? But one thing that I shared in a group this week is I remember when I heard in the NLP community that there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. And that spoke to me so much because it got me off the hook of feeling afraid to fail. And the more I see my failure as feedback, um, because failure has a judgment and an inherent value judgment. So, that's one of the reasons it's connected to Taurus. Wow. Um, the Saturn in Taurus, because Taurus has to do with um value. Like I'm really having a moment of understanding about myself. Taurus's value and Saturn sucks away whatever is there. It like pinches off. It pulls back. And so people with Saturn and Taurus may struggle with self-worth and self-value. That would be me. I've never fully understood, why do I struggle so much? I can achieve so much and it'll still feel like it's never good enough. But when I began to understand that actually if I fail, first of all, successful people fail and they fail big and they fail a lot. And it's just because they're willing to take risk. And if you're willing to take a risk and go for a goal or, a dream or whatever you want to call it, go for what you want. And it feels like, you experience failure. We'll use that word for now. The question is, what can you learn from it? That's what the feedback part about it is. We have been conditioned to think that to fail is, some value judgment because that's, we go to school, you get an F, failure, right? You get put on punishment, you get held back. It's all this stuff around these grades that I think really gets drilled into us. Or if you're the one who learned a little bit slower and other people caught on quicker, sometimes people who learn more slowly, they become the masters because they're going to take time to really learn that thing. But when we are children, and just in this society, this quick, you catch it quickly. Whoever's the shining star right now, that's the one that's going to, get all the praise and all the glory. It just sends this message about failure is horrible. It's terrible. You're a bad person if you fail, if you can't catch it as quickly. When the truth is, there is no value judgment in failure. It may be when we're thinking about Saturn, which we talked about this morning, maybe I need to go back and retool the plan. Maybe I didn't follow the plan. Like it's like, let me troubleshoot and see what's really going on and use that instead of judging myself. So, and then sometimes it's, we stick in there because there is this thing about, so you have to figure out where you are. There is something about, because I spoke about it earlier, sometimes the people who win are the ones who just stuck in. They hung in there. There was a vision and they really hung in there. There's a difference between having a vision and knowing this is your mission, between I can hang in there, but it's from a place of lack. And so we hang on, just like it said, to relationships. We hang on to, just maybe a job or something that it's like, no, honestly, you're failing because this is not what you're supposed to do. The example that I love to share with you all is I just never could make inroads in fitness. I love fitness. I think that I am very good at it. I'm really good at helping people tune into their bodies or just give this message of tune into your body and figure out what you need to eat and these kinds of things. Just I'm a natural coach. I never could get my footing in that. And I did feel bad about myself. Even to this day, there's sometimes when I have memories from teaching where people criticize me, um or it was like I wasn't the chosen instructor, even though I'm like good, I'm real good at what I do. And I judge myself. But when I really began to come over and just say I'm going to do this spiritual work first, that's when I was like, no, it wasn't that you were a failure in your fitness career. It was that that wasn't what you were supposed to do. And I, in my mind, I knew I knew there was something else that I was supposed to do. I was copping out by saying, "No, I'm gonna do this because it's more acceptable by society. It feels safer to do this thing that society deems okay versus doing readings and being a spiritual teacher not connected to a religion." So sometimes we're hanging in, but the question is, are you hanging in from a place of fear, a place of lack? And that might be why you are, and I'm putting this in quotes, experiencing alleged failure, when really just look at the feedback. And the feedback is it's not working because you're running from something else that you need to be doing. Or sometimes I think about a relationship. I see people hanging in relationships, and it's not that, just work harder. No, you don't feel good about yourself. And maybe you think this is the best you can do. So, it looks like it's a failed relationship, but no, honestly, you deserve better. You need to be in a relationship where you're fighting for it when both people are fighting for it. And it's from a place of, no, this is really for me. I feel good about it. I don't feel like, well, I got to stick with this one because I don't know if I'm going to get another one. Right. Let me see what y'all said. That's my take on it. First attempt in learning, fail. Yep. Oh, okay. FAIL, first attempt in learning. And we teach our children, you are not going to learn how to play the piano just, by taking a few lessons. If the child is frustrated, we say, what do? Practice makes perfect. Yes, we're going to be playing the piano and hitting the wrong key. But then the more we do it, we nail the correct keys every time. But the first attempt in learning might equal fail. I resonated. It means I can release this failure as a step forward. Never did it bloom, so it's time to let it go. Yeah. And it is first attempt in learning, I think would be good. A good way to look at it, Shannon. And I think you're just going to be more aligned. Honestly, once I realized more of who and what you are in your spirituality, I was like, you need to lead with that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. See, here we go. I was hanging out of fear of embarrassment. Today, I'm not embarrassed, rather inspired. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, this message resonates so deeply. Time to step off the comfortable path. Yeah. All right, mothers. I see y'all gave us some tough reading, we getting some tough love. That's Saturn in Pisces. Tough love. And Saturn in Pisces, meeting with that Mars, tough love, but it's kind of like, but it's Big Mama, and Big Mama only cares about me. So this one is a wind card. So this has to do with the mind, and it has to do with isolation. Okay, isolation. So let's see what this card has to do. So Saturn in Libra. That's interesting because Saturn is actually really good in Libra, but I can tell you Saturn in Libra may make you feel isolated. So it says a crow lies in pain in the barren desert, watching her loved ones from afar in the grief and anguish of her perceived isolation. With only one eye open, This crow sees with a skewed perspective, perceiving herself to be isolated and unsupported. Crow is here to teach you that grief and sorrow from separation and loss often bring the illusion of separation, of isolation. You're being forced to you're being forced to release the past for your highest good. Seek help in the unseen realms where you are eternally loved and supported, so that you may know your oneness with all of humankind and heal in the arms of spirit. Woo! Wow, this is heavy hitting today, baby. Isolation can feel so real, and I think a lot of people might be feeling isolated right now. I do. It's a tough time. 2023, maybe not for everybody, but for some of us, this is a tough time. And you know what came to me just right now is what we talked about in the mindfulness practice this morning, and that is part of self-compassion. The self-compassion practice is to acknowledge that, we're not alone. And when we think about the problem that we, focused on this morning, am I the only one who has experienced this? Am I really alone in this? And it's inevitable. No, I'm not alone. And to embrace the full spectrum of being a human includes we will suffer, we will experience challenging times, can make it be when we are experiencing these times, we don't feel alone. There's always someone else dealing with something similar to what we're dealing with, or just they have their own sufferings and their own problems. And it's not, misery loves company. It just helps us to open our vision and to recognize there's nothing wrong with me. Of course, I'm going to have challenges. Of course, I'm going to suffer because this is what it means to be human. And that isolation piece, it can really get us. I think it leads to a lot of our mental health challenges, our emotional imbalances. And it is about finding the people that can witness us and support us in a way that is positive and helpful, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. But there's a lot of people and resources out there that we can use. And of course, what this one is saying is to recognize we are never alone when we are open to the spiritual realm assisting us, connected to our ancestors. That's one of the things I love about African spiritual religions and indigenous cultures is there is this embedded understanding that we're never alone. We walk with our ancestors. If you can't call on anybody else, you can call on your ancestors, right? So anyone out there who's dealing with isolation, I want to ask you to reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to someone who can support you. Maybe it's a mental health professional. Maybe it's a good friend and you're feeling like, well, I don't want to burden anybody. Well, if it's a good friend, you're not going to burden your friend, right? Sometimes good friends know I can't fix your problems, but I can definitely witness you. Maybe you want to express, this is how I need to be supported. I just need someone to hear me. If it's something more than that, be sure to let them know. But you're never alone. Okay. I've took some steps out of my comfort zone this year. Good for my career, love life, and failed, but it just sparked my fire. Love that, Natasha. Life outside the comfort zone is where life really is. I do like having the comfort zone. Come on, y'all. I'm a Taurus. All right. Taurus is not the comfort zone for anybody at this given moment. Y'all can give that up. We are all out of our comfort zone. The world is out of its comfort zone just because of what's happening in the sign of Taurus. Um, but at some point, we need to get outside of the comfort zone. We need to find ways to do so regularly, even if it's like I get outside my comfort zone when I join the live Spanish classes because I've got to speak Spanish. I've got to listen and, feel uncomfortable. I love being intelligent. And so when I go in and I'm like, I can barely remember this word, and I still am on level one, I never bump myself up to higher levels yet because I'm inconsistent with showing up. Sometimes I know the teachers are like, how long have you been? What are we doing here? I don't care. I'm just going to keep going, feeling uncomfortable. Okay, so now seeing that crow on that card, it is my spirit guide. Wow. 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 Okay, there we go. Jasmine, I'm trying to get out in nature more. Beautiful. I hope I feel less alone getting out the house. You know, Jasmine, I have had to really force myself. It felt so good being with people yesterday. I'm going to go to a couple of things this week at the nonprofit. We're hosting some events, and I'm going. Typically, I don't, but there's an artist that I help to bring in. So I'm like, I got to be there. And so, yeah, getting out and about, you don't feel it does feel better. It really does. Rasta Pablo, I'm physically alone, but I am not suffering. Beautiful. Nisha, the flower. Lately, I've been seeing that all of the things that haven't worked out for me were opportunities. Yes, for me to grow and do better. And it feels so different when we change, when we reframe it. Any failure, you're like, I'm the bomb. Like, wow, I just learned that. I know something more. I go deeper. I'm more wise. I have more depth to myself because I now have learned through trying something out. It failed, but now, like, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I got it. And then you try it again, and it's just a different type of failure until we get to mastery. You know, we have to keep doing a thing over and over again, and then we will master it. That's what Saturn is about. Yes, going to the park to get grounded. I keep talking about you, Natasha, too, about how you keep uh you keep talking about grounding. Yeah, it has been. I send you a big hug, Felicia. I send you a big hug. Yeah. Big hug. Same with your Korean classes. It feels uncomfortable at times, and the conversation online meetups are also playing with my social anxiety. I get anxious when I go. But I tell myself, you know what? I'm never going to learn Spanish if I don't go to these Spanish classes and get uncomfortable. And so, yeah, I want to not keep going to Spanish speaking classes and not, I mean, countries and not being able to speak the language. When I went to Mexico, I was like, this is unnecessary. I should be able to speak Spanish decently. But I didn't keep up with my lessons because, yeah, I just didn't. Ah. Okay, so where are we headed? Where are we headed? We're headed to Amaterasu. Ah, now she has to do with the sun and shining your light. I'll just tell you a little bit about Amaterasu. I love this. This is what we're being asked to do this week, y'all. Amaterasu is the Shinto. Let me try to make it so it doesn't cover my face. There we go. Is the Shinto creatrix sun goddess, the great goddess spirit shining in heaven. She is the source of all light and life, and the most beautiful woman of heaven and the world. Long ago, Amaterasu took refuge in a cave, hiding her beauty and light, plunging the world into darkness. Coaxed from her cave by the laughter of the gods, she emerged in all her glory and brought the healing radiance of the sun back to earth. So I think that, understanding those first two cards, failure and isolation, and just really getting our minds wrapped around, like, reframing those brings us to shining our light like Amaterasu. Amaterasu embodies the loving warmth and light of the sun emerging into the world in glory and triumph. She is assured the return of life and joy after darkness. Does this not match up with those other two cards? Thank you, mothers. Her radiant beauty shines forth from the core of her being without any adornment needed, reflecting her beauty to others. And to me, that just means just be you. There's nothing extra you need to do. Just show up and do you, be you. And that's the beauty that you bring into the world. Amaterasu shines forth into your life, radiating wholeness, wellness, creation, and manifestation. She shows you there is good reason to be optimistic, that you are loved and free to express yourself in the sunniest light, and that co creation and partnership with others is the great joy in life. She encourages you through your glowing radiance to light the way for others. Sometimes I get all nervous about these readings. And then the oracle shows me, see, oh ye of little faith, on me la day. Oh ye of little faith. You sit up here tripping about, what this is saying. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Amaterasu is such a favorite. People love Amaterasu. Wow. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Everyone loves Amaterasu. She is a very revered goddess. Once we get to know her, it's just like, oh my gosh, I just love Amaterasu. Okay, queens, not consciously, but what Tyra just read. Oh, it's hitting me square in the face. Yeah. Yes, those cards have me so stressed when I pulled those two negative cards. Yeah, I've been doing divination for years. That just goes to show you, you don't never stop being a human. As long as you're in a human body, baby, you're gonna do what human beings be doing. So I am going to end with that because of the readings that we have received. These are the things that I'm focused on. It's like, I got to get some stuff done. I've got to get some stuff done. Let's see here. What are we going to go out on? Let's go out on. Oh, I love this one right here. So let's pull an affirmation. Thank you all so much for being here. Please make sure you go on ahead and like the video. It helps YouTube put my videos out in front of other people to help keep our G-Hive growing. I'd appreciate that. Please hit like. Please subscribe for those who are not subscribed, who may watch this in a replay. Thank you to all the #replay queens. Yeah. Okay. Y'all see how I get all excited when I get what I want? I'm such a spoiled diviner. I'm so spoiled. Spoiled diviner. I am adaptable. This is what we want to be this week, y'all. I am adaptable. I accept changes and can adjust to any situation. How will you be adaptable? How will you be adaptable this week? Huh? Are you coming on in the AM? No, this is what I was doing this is typically what I would do on Wednesday. I'm going to help my son tomorrow. Last little bit. This is from my Mindful Messages deck. Release. Today, I release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for transformation and welcome the shift. I am creating space for a new chapter filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. I really, really appreciate you all for being here. Let's see here. Yes. See you, Cat Baloo. Yes, community both online and in person is so helpful for me to feel less alone. But sometimes because of my own baggage and experiences, it's difficult for me to put myself out there. You know, just one little step at a time, one little connection at a time, to prove to ourselves. And you know what? It's even, we may have those failures, but it's just like, you know what? That's just letting me know you weren't the one. That's how I would reframe it, Stephanie. Oh, the fact that we didn't work, not a reflection on me. It's a reflection that this was not meant to be. Maybe I can look at some stuff and think, okay, is there a pattern that I'm seeing with people? But sometimes it's just that wasn't the connection for me. Much love and healing energies to you all. May the divine guide and protect you all. So be it. Yeah. I love y'all so much. I will see you all next week. And yeah, please know that I appreciate you all so much.